You make the sale. You send off your invoice for payment. What is next? How can you ensure you're going to get paid for your efforts? Let's review the accounts receivable process. And we're going to go through 4 main topics. 1, the sale. 2, the invoice. 3, getting paid for that invoice. And then 4, ultimately clearing up the accounts receivable. All right, let's dive into this. The sale, the basic anatomy of a sale. Did you sell goods? Did you perform services? How much? How much are you charging? Is there sales tax? When you're sending an invoice, this is accrual-based accounting. We're recognizing the revenue when it's been earned, not necessarily when the cash has been received. Cash-basis accounting means you receive the cash and you're recognizing the revenue right then and there. When you're sending an invoice, that's accrual-based. We're going to recognize it when we're sending the invoice. And for the remainder of this video, we're focused on accrual-based accounting. To illustrate what I'm talking about, we're going to invoice a client $5,000. And there's a 5% sales tax. So I need to charge $250 on top of the $5,000. So I'm looking at a total invoice of $5,250. And when that sale gets entered into the accounting system, the journal entry that's going to populate is I'm going to debit accounts receivable for $5,250. It's going to credit revenue for $5,000 of services I'm providing. And it's going to credit sales tax payable for the $250 of sales tax that I'm collecting that I'm ultimately going to have to pay the state government. So I've made my sale. And now I'm going to turn to invoicing the client. You'll need some general information that you've gathered during the client setup process to create and send an invoice. This includes information as the client's name and address, goods sold or services performed, the invoice number to distinguish from other invoices, the invoice date, the terms, the invoice due date. Is it 30 days from the invoice due date? Is it due upon receipt? How to pay the invoice? Do you want them to send you a check? Are you going to provide your ACH information? Do you want Venmo, credit card? How do you want the client to pay you? Here's an example using QuickBooks. I have my client, Harry Ellis, 12345 Baltimore Street. I have the service I have provided. It was an S-Corp tax filing. And then here's my invoice details. I got invoice 1012. The terms are net 30. The invoice date was 10/27/25. And the due date is 11/26/2025. I'm going to PDF it. $15,400. I'm going to send this off to my client. Here's QuickBooks. I can actually just email it to them directly. And I'm going to put in here, I want to check, make it payable to Patrick Bray, CPA LLC. I'm going to fire this off and wait for payment. And when you create this invoice in your accounting system, it's going to create an open AR. We're going to go through that in a little bit more detail, how to look at an accounts receivable aging report. If you've gotten any value out of this video so far, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. All right, let's continue. You got your invoice out. Now you're just waiting for payment. How are you going to get paid? There's a lot of ways to get paid on an invoice. You can get cash, you can get a check, they can ACH it to your bank account, you get a wire. There's Venmo and third-party apps. They can pay you by credit card, financing. Some are cheap, some are expensive. Just want to try to make it as easy as possible for your client to pay you with minimizing the amount of fees you have to incur to get paid. While you're waiting for payments to come in, one thing you want to do is review your open AR and aging. And we're going to go into QuickBooks to show an example of an AR aging report. All right, let's go into QuickBooks. We're going to find our AR aging report. I'm going to click into it. I'm going to click it. My AR aging is going to populate. And when I want to look at what are my oldest ARs on my AR report, I also want to look at what are my highest balances as well. That's the 2 areas I'm going to focus in on. So looking at my AR aging, I've got 2 clients in 90 plus. So I want to drill down and see what is going on. Why haven't I collected payments from these 2 clients that are 90 plus? They're 90 plus days out. My first client, Soap Incorporated, $12,500. I'm definitely going to look at this invoice. And what I'm going to do is see how old is it really. I know I'm over 90 days. And I'm going to look at this. I'm going to be like, why hasn't this client paid me? And I'm going to do a follow-up. Now, I also want to look at Billy D. Hawkins. He's another 90 plus day AR. And I want to know, why haven't I got paid? I'm going to do a follow up with him. And QuickBooks has this really nice feature where I can send them a follow up email and they'll auto generate the email. And they actually adjust the email language to bring it more urgent attention that you are way overdue in your invoice and you need to follow up and pay your invoice. Now we're at the best part of the accounts receivable cycle. You've actually received payment and now you need to clear the AR in your accounting system. I'm going to go into my QuickBooks file here to where money came in, and we're going to apply some of these invoices. So this first client paid by a check, and I deposited the check on December 13th. I'm going to record it, and behind the scenes, the software is going to debit cash and credit accounts receivable. I've gotten cash, and I'm clearing off the AR by crediting the accounts receivable balance. All right, let's do another example. This client paid by cash. So I'm going to record the receipt. I deposited the cash into the bank account, and I'm going to record the receipt, the payment, to offset the invoice. So this will debit cash, credit accounts receivable, just like we did before. And I'm going to clear the invoice so the AR is no longer going to show up on my AR aging report. My last example, this client paid by a third-party application, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to apply the payment that hit our bank account. We're going to clear the invoice, clear the AR. Again, we're going to be debiting cash, crediting accounts receivable, and clearing out that invoice so it's no longer open. And this is the kitchen sink of this video. I just want to throw out some other considerations. When you're invoicing, going through the accounts receivable process, you can offer discounts on your invoices in order to incentivize faster payments or possibly to attract new clients. Companies can offer discounts if customers pay within a window of time. In my fake example here, I'm going to offer an invoice with a 2% discount if you pay within 10 days. But this is net 30, meaning I'm still expecting to get payment by 30, but if you pay me within 10 days, you can take 2% off the invoice. So a $1,000 invoice paid within 8 days in this example would result in only paying $980 instead of the full $1,000 if you pay within 10 days. Another thing you can have in your invoice policy is charging late fees. With late fees, you need to clearly state what your policy is. Late fees can be a flat rate or a percent of overdue amounts on the invoice. You got to give a grace period before a late fee can be charged. You need to comply with local and federal laws, and you shouldn't show favoritism and treat all customers, clients the same way with late fees. Bad debt write-offs. You get to the process where you're not collecting the payment. It's sitting on your AR aging. When all reasonable collection efforts have been exhausted and there's no reasonable expectation of repayment, you might have to write off the debt. Examples include a debtor has filed for bankruptcy. Your client is no longer solvent. The cost of pursuing the collection exceeds the actual debt outstanding. The debt has gone way beyond 90 days and your client is not willing to work with you. And then last, there's death or they disappear. These all might be situations where that bad debt, your AR might need to be written off and become a bad debt. One option, if you run into a situation where you have some bad debt that you need to write off, is you can hire a collection agency. You got to be really careful, document the process, and you want to make sure you're following federal and state laws when you're doing this. And you got to look at the cost benefit. How much is it going to cost to actually try to collect this debt from a client? And is it actually worth going down that road? It could be. You might actually get something in return for hiring a collection agency. Just know, when you hire a collection agency, more than likely you're getting maybe 50%, 75% at best case scenario of that bad debt of the open AR. All right, that's the accounts receivable cycle, from making the sale, sending out an invoice, collecting the payment, and clearing out the AR. Hope you learned something from this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a good rest of the day.